AITA for making homemade food for everyone except my brother's stepdaughter? I, 27F, am not a professional chef, but I have taken a bunch of cooking classes and love making elaborate meals for friends and family. About 2 years ago my brother, Greg, 25M, married Cheryl, 34F. Cheryl has a daughter from a previous relationship, Becca, 9F, who has several health conditions, including celiac and a severe dairy allergy that requires her to carry an EpiPen. Last weekend I hosted a dinner at my house for my parents' wedding anniversary. I made a fancy 5-course dinner, and in addition to my parents, I invited 4 close family friends, Greg, Cheryl, and Becca, and my sister, her boyfriend, and their twins, both 8M. Because of Becca's food restrictions, I found a restaurant in town that specializes in gluten-free, dairy-free, as well as other allergen-free food, and arranged for them to make a full meal for Becca that I could pick up in advance of the party. I have made a variety of specialty meals in the past, for example, keto meals when my friend was following that diet, and I liked the challenge, but knowing how serious Becca's restrictions were, I didn't trust myself to make her meal. I have ADHD and get easily distracted, and if I even used the wrong spoon or didn't completely wash some flour off a bowl, it could make her incredibly sick. I thought the takeout solution was fine, but when I served the food, I saw Cheryl looking at Becca's plate with a stony face. For her part, Becca started eating and seemed fine. Cheryl whispered to Greg, and Greg asked if he could talk to me in the kitchen. When we got there he said that it was unbelievable that I couldn't be bothered to make something for Becca, that they'd been bragging about what a great cook I am to her, and that he knew I'd made keto, vegan, and other complicated kinds of food in the past. Now she would feel left out because she didn't get to eat what the rest of the family was eating. He said that it was obvious that I didn't care about making his stepdaughter feel like a part of the family, and that they were leaving. Greg, Cheryl, and Becca then left, which put a damper on the rest of the party. I felt like I did my best at the time, but in hindsight, I wonder if I should have tried harder to make Becca feel included since she is a relatively new addition to our family. AITA. AITA for forcing my son to use a bidet and threatening to talk to his friends or take him to the doctor about his underwear. Not the a-hole. For some reason my 14-year-old son cannot wipe properly. This was never a concern to me as his mom did the laundry. Unfortunately she is sick right now, so I have taken over the household chores that she used to handle. My son is still responsible for his and I do mine as well as hers. First day I did laundry I gagged and almost puked from his underwear. If he were 3 and not fully potty trained I might understand how they end up like this. But he is a healthy young man. He should not be leaving his ass this unwiped. I talked to him about it and he said he would make an effort to do a better job. Nope. No change in the situation. So I went to the hardware store and installed a wand bidet in the bathroom he uses. We already have one in ours. I told him that he has a choice of either using the bidet or washing his own underwear. He doesn't know how to use the washing machine and he refuses to do them by hand. He started going commando. Which just meant the problem was his jeans now. So I said that we might need to take him to the doctor to see what is wrong with him. If it's physical or psychological. I also said that the next time his friends were over I was going to ask them if they left their underwear in the same condition. I would never actually embarrass him like that. He said I was being an asshole and he called his mom to tell her what I was doing. She said that he was just like that and I could deal with it until she was better. I don't think that's a great plan. If this kid never learns to wipe his ass he will be bereft of a sexual partner without a poop fetish. I'm not kink shaming him if that's his thing. He has started using the bidet but he says that it is gross and weird. I said it was grosser and weirder for a 14-year-old to crap his pants every day. We are both stressed about his mom but the situation isn't because of her. I asked her, AITA wasting money on a bathroom and not helping my brother. My 10th anniversary is coming up and my kids are getting old enough to be a pain in the butt regarding our single bathroom. I have been saving up and for my 10th anniversary I am getting a bathroom installed in the basement. I am going all out. Well, as all out as I can afford. I am getting a 2-person tub with jets, in-floor heating and a heat lamp so my wife can dry off and stay warm. Anyways, the issue is that my brother is having money problems. He called me and asked if I could spare any money to help him out. He has a tendency to live beyond his means. We have similar jobs and salaries, but he has a huge house with 3.5 bathrooms. He drives a $150,000 truck that he will never use to tow, haul, or go off-road with. His wife's engagement ring cost as much as my motorcycle. My family lives in a bungalow my wife and I bought. It was built in 1956 and it is cozy for us and 2 kids. But my mom constantly compare our lifestyles. She loves showing people pictures of his Christmas decorations and stuff. And she shares his vacation pictures. That sort of thing. The bathroom budget is $25,000, but it will probably go higher when the contractor starts working. My mom is backing him up. She says that I don't spend any money so I should have some saved to help out family. She is saying he might have to sell his truck or downsize his home. I told her that's not really my problem. He makes a little more than I do a year so he should have savings too. She said that he needs to have a big house so he can entertain since he wants to kiss ass all the way up the ladder. That might just be my interpretation. I don't want to lend him money and watch him waste it and disappoint my wife. She deserves a bathroom where she can take long baths without the kids, or me interrupting to use the toilet. I could cut corners and lend him some money, but I really don't want to do that. Even if it means he has to sell his stuff. AITA for telling my roommate that speaking a language is not a personality and she needs a new one? I, F19, am in my first year of college, living with a roommate, Katie, F19. Katie speaks 3 languages, English, German and Spanish, and she makes it her whole personality. Whenever I ask what she's watching something in another language. So obviously I can't watch it. She's always listening to music on her headphones, and when I tried to bond and listen to what she's listening, it's in another language again and I couldn't stand it. Her friends all speak one of the languages she does, and whenever I hear them, I can't join the conversation because they mixing everything, so I'm left out of their convo. The other day, I saw she had a new book on her desk, Portuguese course ebook. I asked her about this and she said she's taking private Portuguese classes starting February. I told her she has to let it go, that she needs to develop her personality because speaking a language isn't a personality trait and she's just boring. She got really annoyed with me and told me I'm an asshole and to stop eavesdropping on her convos. I told her she's boring and has to fake her personality. Now, she's not speaking to me. My friends are split, some agree with me and some agree with her. Who's the asshole here? AITA for telling the truth?